I'll try to explain it to you a little bit. TLDR, I love the new composite condition that we have, where you have type here, you can select multiple things, and composite basically puts two models together, right? And it's just so powerful. Basically, what I do is I check for a custom name on the item twice. Once right here in the first model in the composite, right? And these are all the names for all the biome and structure composites. And these models are just for the bases, right? So in my item state, it's adding the bases from the dowels separately, which is really good because the dowel is 32 models, right? And otherwise every named variant needs at least 32 models and 32 textures. And for some I'll do it, right? Like the ones that require it, like the amulet, like the Nostalgia Hills compass. They just require 32 models. It's just a vanilla way to do it, right? If you want a flat rendered compass like that, that's how you do it. But basically the reason why I invented the 3D dowel system is so I could have the base of the compass separate from the dowels and then have the base be name dependent. So the dowels, I only have to add them once with composites, right? One of the composite means putting multiple models together. So one of the models in the model is just a set of the dowels that react to north and the lodestone, all that stuff. And another model in that set of models is the base. But then there's still a problem. If the dowels are always there, but the base only gets added when it's detecting a name. So that's easy. So if it's not detecting a name, you just revert back to the default compass, right? That makes sense. But what if I want to add a rename that doesn't have those dowels, right? Like the amulet. There's no dowels there. How did I do that? And basically, I personally love this, but I had to build in a reverse name checker sort of system, right? So before I even add the dowels in, this is actually the code for the dowels. Like this model type here, composite, it starts building the dowels, right? So this is the lodestone compass, which is also on a composite. So I can have the lodestone compass and the regular compass separately, right? That's why you're able to see spawn with the red dowel and lodestone with the purple dowel. But before I even do that, that is a fallback. So that means if not true, then this happens, right? And it's the fallback to this other component code thingy here. And this is where the magic happens, I guess. It's very simple. It's just part of this composite model, right? So it's taking multiple models, building them together, and those models have composite inside them as well. So it gets pretty complicated, but it really works. It's a beautiful system in my opinion. One of the models in the main composite models is a type select, looking for a custom name again. And it's all the names where I don't want the dowels. And what it does then is it does nothing. So it's an inverted name detector. So I detect for these names twice because I detect for this name later as well when I'm actually building the amulet compass, for example, right? But in terms of getting rid of the main dowels, that was a big problem. Like if I'm gonna have the dowels always there on a separate composite, how do I then get rid of them again? And that's how you do it. You build in a negative name selector. And I didn't even know that was possible because Minecraft will usually give you an error. Like if a name appears twice anywhere, for example, so this is the Pill Garden compass, right? And this is my list of names that I have included. And if I add another one, and let's say that it's the exact same one, the same name, then the entire item state stops working because it's the same name and Minecraft can't handle it. It's like it gives you an error straight up. So I wasn't even sure if you could include two names in the same item state, but you can, and I've done it, and it's cool. It's really neat. The other compasses, they require like 32 variants, right, per model. So this is me building the amulet model. Look, it has for every compass state, it needs a different model, and the dowels need that too. The dowels that are on an individual model to make the whole model work, they need that too, but then they only need it once. And otherwise, every compass needs its own, dowel textures, right? If I don't make it 3D like this. So having the bases be 3D and the dowels too, by default, is just really nice. Because this is such a concise way of adding named variants. This is all the code I need to add another compass rename, right? Instead of 32 extra models, right? I hope you get the relevancy of this, like why this is a big deal to me. And while we're here, I'll show you something else cool that I found out you can do. So this code right here literally represents RGB value. So this is literally a color. To make the ocean monument compass, I did a composite again of two models. One of them is just the base that I have, right? The prismarine base. And one of them is just a little tiny model with some water on it. I like to have the animated water because water has like a pretty unique animation in it, right? But I don't want to add a new texture that's like, again, 64 frames of that water animation, the way animations in Minecraft are. They're like, it's just a big stacked texture. And I don't really want to do that. So I would prefer to just take the vanilla water texture that already exists and already has animated bits, right? I did it for the magma cream compass too. I just referenced the existing lava texture, so I don't have to add a custom huge new lava texture, right, for this one compass. It makes a lot of sense. It's pretty basic logic. But the problem with that is that the water texture is grayscale. So if you do want it colored blue like I have, you can do it. I've never tried it. First time I did it, and it's a pretty powerful system. So I thought I'd show it off because you basically never have to add colors to your packs again. You can all add the color in hindsight if it's all one color at least, right? Theoretically anyways. And it's by this. You just have a little little tint section in your model, apparently, and just tint it in hindsight. So I just take the grayscale water and I can tint it whatever color I want, wherever I want. And that's pretty huge because tints were pretty limited before in Minecraft. And they still are for blocks, but item states are really getting there. And I've shown off this site before and I'll do it again. It's a super useful site that I use to make my item states. So instead of knowing which components are available, there's just a list that you can choose from, right? And that way you can even find out how to do stuff, because you can just try stuff, right? Click component, for example, right? And just see what's available. Then you can just learn that way. But also look at this code block that I have right here in the bottom right. Let's go to my JSON file and I am gonna Control A, take all the code and copy it over. And I'm gonna paste it in there. And I'm pretty sure this was already my compass because I was already working on it. But anyways, yeah, you can just put any item state code in here. And it's gonna have these nice drop-down menus, right? That just really helps in my opinion. Better yet, if you are gonna do the color thing that I did, this site has a really neat color finder built into it. You can just change the values right here, right? And then it's gonna automatically change the code to what it needs to be to represent those colors, right? So that's pretty neat. And then if you know, your edited item state, you just Control A them, or you can download them too. I think there's a download button. So I download it. And now it's, look at that, draft 3. So that's how I do item states, and that's how I did my compass item state. I'm very proud of it. So yeah, this is the actual ending of the video. For the pack makers still watching, like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed. And my packs are out for free, as well as the Barely Default data pack, which I am just in love with. My friend Cyclops that I work with, he's super talented, and we both want to thank you guys for all the support that we've gotten for these projects. It's been cool to see you guys having fun with this, and we're excited to see how much fun you guys are going to be able to have with these new compasses, right? For Vanilla Java Edition, free out, get them now, why not? Especially the Too Many Renames pack. It leaves the entire game alone, except for endless extra cosmetics. Why not? Any server you're running, people deserve these cosmetics, right? They're optional. So if any renames, you know, if maybe you don't like all of them, then don't use them, right? And then let other people on the server still do it. Tastes differ, and that's a good thing. And I try to facilitate that with my pack, because all renames are entirely optional. It's such a beautiful system, and I've really dragged on this outro now, so I'm gonna go. Bye. Thanks for watching.